Nothing. We just didn't make shots. I loved everything about the looks we got. And some days you just miss the open ones. We got great looks. Sometimes we're in and out. Sometimes they're short. Offensively, I'm not worried at all. We did a really good job getting to the paint, trying to find guys, and I mean that's why our assist total was low. It's just because we couldn't make shots, and it was everybody. So nothing to hang our head about. They protected home court, and we've seen this before, so we gotta go get game 3.
You guys have obviously played a lot of basketball over the last month. How much do you think
We're not tired. We're not tired. We're ready to go for game 3.
Defense, you said you're not worried about anything offensively. So defensively, game 1, Brunson gets loose in the fourth quarter. Tonight, you guys seem to throw more bodies in there. So Josh gets loose. What do you think the balance is?
I mean, we'll go back and watch it, and sometimes you got to tip your cap. You not comparing the players, but you see a similar situation in the other series, and with Caruso, they're guarding him kind of the same way. So I'm not saying he's him or whatever or vice versa, but, you just got to adjust, and we'll look at the film and figure out ways to adjust. But sometimes you got to tip your cap. He made a one-handed spin move on me. And not to say he's not capable, but like sometimes, that's what happens. And I think the biggest thing is we'll make our adjustments, but you give credit where credit's due. They made the right plays and knocked down the shots they were supposed to make.
And then, you guys are down 15 at the end of the third. I think you cut it to 7 or 8, but on top of that, I bet you were in the bonus for the final, 9-19. Was there a moment you were feeling like the same kind of comeback was possible, and then I guess why didn't it?
So they made some timely shots, and we didn't. We missed some free throws, certain fouls didn't go our way or whatever. So nothing to hang our head about, man. Like they took care of home court. We could have came in here and lost by 1, lost by 40. And I've said this in past series before. Like they protected home court, and we just got to go out there, and that's ultimately what it is. It would have been great to steal 2. That was the idea. We had an opportunity to, and we didn't. So go home for game 3 and protect home court like we have been.
Hey, Donovan, as you talked about the attention that you pay to Jalen, there's obviously going to be a side effect of that. But is there something to leaving a guy too open like Josh was tonight?
I mean, yes and no. I mean, you give credit where credit's due. He hit shots tonight. You know what I mean? And there's a balance to Joe's point, and we'll find that and watch the film. But ultimately, it looks worse and feels worse when we're not making shots, open shots. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that's why for us and for me, I'm not sitting here like, oh, man, like, scrambling, trying to figure things out. At the end of the day, we make some shots, we'll be in good shape. We were down 6, 7, 8, or whatever it was. So give credit where it's due. We'll make our adjustments, and we'll be at home and protect home court.
When you're down 2-0 in a series, what do you draw on?
Protect home court. I've said this since the Toronto series. That's all it is. It's 2-0. They did their job. We got to do the same thing.
Check, Mike. Down along the same lines, you've been in this position before. Last round, down 2, coming home, you found some things in games 1 and 2 in Detroit. You parlay that in games 3, 4, and 5. What are some of those positives that you take home here tonight, here out of New York, as we get ready for game 3?
I think it helps just from a mentality standpoint. This isn't our first time at it, right? This isn't our first time facing adversity. We've been through 2 game 7s. So being down 2-0 is not the biggest challenge. It's just something it's right here. So let's go ahead and take advantage of it, right? Understand that they're going to make adjustments. We are as well. And obviously, our process was right tonight. I'm not mad at, what we did offensively. Defensively, make some tweaks and changes. And like you said, sometimes you got to tip your cap to the shot making. And that was tonight. And it's really, it's really as simple as just we have to protect home court. And that's really it.
Donovan, they've gone on pretty substantial runs in both of these games. What has been the difficulty, or I guess what's been missing in terms of just trying to cut into that run?
I hate to be redundant, but if we make a few more shots, like we did a lot of positive things. I know as a scorer, and I know to the casual fan, it won't look that way. I'm not calling you that, but I'm saying like it won't look that way. But like, I think the biggest thing is just like our process is right. Like, we move with the right intention, make the right play, and sometimes the ball doesn't bounce your way, and then they make shots too, right? So that's what happened. There's things that we will clean up. I'm not saying it's all of us missing shots. There's certain things we'll clean up, but no need to get discouraged. We just got to go to Cleveland and handle business.
Mark? Hey,
Hmm.
Donovan. Kenny was saying before he thought you were working through something with your health on the ESPN broadcast. They mentioned that too. Are you?
I'm great.
No.
I'm great. I'm great.
And then to avoid the redundancy issue, but it seems like you're happy with the process. And Kenny said the same thing. Do you feel like there's still adjustments for you guys to get made, or is it simply?
There's always adjustments. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. There's always adjustments. Always things you can tweak, and we'll look back at it and fix it. But I think the biggest thing is, just keep. It's in these moments do you keep trusting what you've been doing. You know what I mean? Like, we did a lot of really good things, and this didn't end our way, right? Defensively, we'll make some changes, or maybe there's certain things. Maybe you don't give up an offensive rebound, a certain like momentum swing, right? Maybe we do contest Josh a little bit more. Maybe we don't. Maybe we guard Mikal different. Maybe we guard OG different. Maybe we guard Cat different. Like, there's so many things you could say maybes and yeses. When you watch the film, we'll figure it out and go from there. But just off the initial coming off the court, and first thing I look at is, and I feel throughout the game, it's just like, man, we're doing a lot of good things, and obviously I'm happy because we didn't let game one really affect our mental, right? Like, we still came in with the right intention and did a lot of positive things. And now, we got to go home and handle business.
Last one for
Donovan, second half, you guys kind of got away from Mobley,
Mm.
with the ball a little bit.
Mm.
I was just curious for your perspective on kind of how that amounted and how you guys were.
I think that's on all of us. I have to go back and watch it and feel it, right? And then there are also times where they're doubling us. We hit him, and then they rotate to him, right? And then he's making the right play. So sometimes you may not have a shot because you're making that right play, which he has 1,000 times. Like, he's making the swing, or he's throwing the ball to Evans. So there's that balance, right? And we'll go back and look at it. And same thing happened to me in game one. There's a balance. It's just that's what it is, and we'll get there. And then also, I always tell him, sometimes it's on him to demand that. You know what I mean? And I'm not putting that on him at all. It's on all of us, and we'll go back and watch it. But for us and for him, we got to continue to feed him, and then he's got to continue to make the right play, which he's been every single time. He's been phenomenal, and I have no doubt he'll continue to be for the rest of the series.
What stands out to you about this one?
Just our inability to make shots tonight. We all said in the locker room, we did our you're going to hear it over and over again, the processors, right? We truly believe in that. Just couldn't make shots. I mean, we got stops when they went on runs. We did everything right, just couldn't make shots.
Clearly, there was a defensive plan to leave Josh Hart open and send more bodies toward Jalen Brunson.
Mm-hmm.
Just how do you feel about that looking back on
Right.
the game that Josh had?
Yeah, obviously he's an NBA player. He's going to make three-pointers. Just have to follow the statistics, have to follow the coach's trust and intuition. Sometimes just the plan, it doesn't go to plan. Sometimes he got hot, not even at the three-point line. He did everything on offense for him, and just kudos to him for changing the game and having an impact in a different way.
Jarrett, what do you think that you and Evan can do to be more involved offensively?
Sometimes I feel like we can just go set the pick, stop waiting for a play, stop waiting for somebody to call us up, and just run the offense from ourselves, not necessarily taking the ball and bringing it up the court, but initiating the offense by just going and setting a screen out of the blue.
You guys have been in this position before. Obviously, last round was in the first two games. How can you draw on that as the series now shifts back to the one?
Right. That's just how our whole playoffs has been. Our backs against the wall. We like to keep things interesting. We like to keep everybody stressing about what the next game is going to be like. It's no different from what we're doing now, and we got to take care of home court now.
Leah.
Jarrett, Donovan had just mentioned that he was proud coming into this game that what happened in game one mentally you guys didn't let carry over. So
Right.
now mentally going back home after dropping the first two games here,
Mhm.
can you continue that and not let that carry over?
I think we just take in stride what we did in game two. We could have came into game two heads down, ready to be defeated, but we came out fighting. We came out in that first quarter trying to throw the first punch, trying to make sure that the whole arena knew that we were here to stay. We weren't going to be let down easy. And now that we're down by 2, it's the same story. We have to go out there, heads up, and play our hardest basketball.
Joe G.
Jerry, you guys have a game every other day,
Mhm.
on the road for about a week.
Right.
Fatigue a factor at all?
Was it a factor? Probably, but I hate saying that that's the reason why the outcome was the way it was. I do think guys are mentally and physically fatigued, but I think we've had great success in our recovery. You know, we talk about winning the recovery battle every single night, every single day, and just trying to get your body ready for the next game so you can give everything out there.
And what gives you confidence going back on Saturday night?
Yeah, we've done it before. We've had our backs against the wall. We've had to go out there and fight with everything we've had.
Mark.
In game one, mostly before the overtime,
Right.
Brunson was a scorer.
Mhm.
Today he got 14 assists. He was more of a facilitator.
Right.
For your coverages and for your defense, do you have a preference of whether he's a scorer or facilitator for what
Right.
you guys are trying to do?
I mean, he's one of the best scorers in the league, so I think if any team was guarding him, they'd want him off the ball. You know, I think that's just the easiest answer. We're going to look at the film and decide how much we want him off the ball, how much we want him handling, but I think for what we did tonight, I think we did our job.
Joe.
Yes.
Joe.
I don't mean to pick on you.
Yeah.
Because everybody's saying that the process is right.
Right.
To push back a little bit on that.
Hmm.
Your best games in these playoffs are when they feed you and Evan, and you guys just kind of wreak havoc in there.
Right.
First quarter tonight, you did that.
Okay.
Last 3, you did.
Right.
Like they did, like you barely shot. Evan didn't shoot at all in the fourth quarter.
Mm-hmm.
So drilling down a little bit on that.
Right.
Isn't that a sign that maybe you got away from the process?
I think getting away from the process it happens. You know, the other team starts making shots. You know, everybody's trying to make something successful happen. And I think it's easy for our guards, especially who've had success in the past, shooting more of the shots. It's easier to let them do that. You know, I think the previous question was that can Evan and I dominate the game more by just going in the screens ourselves? I think that part of the process is on us. That part is on Evan and I to be able to step up and say, we've been doing this in the past, we've had success. Evan and I need to speak up more.
Anything else from Monroe? Last one, Chris.
Jerry, you mentioned that you've been down 0-2 before,
Mm-hmm.
having previous series against Detroit.
Right.
But is 0-2 in the playoffs, is it uncomfortable? Is it stressful? Is
Mhm.
it any of those things?
It's the reality of the situation. It's definitely not where we want to be. It's definitely. Is it stressful? Yeah, you know, it is, because your back is against the wall and everything's on the line. Your whole season is on the line. The statistics if you go down 3-0. So, yeah, is there stress behind it? Yes. Is there, I don't know the word for it, but is there an extra fight that we have to give for next game? Absolutely.